go straight into our questions. One of the questions is regarding the Islamic calendars that are produced in the beginning of the year. For the entire year calendar, the entire Islamic calendar is produced in a year in advance. And some communities tend to follow that particular calendar, obviously day by day. So they have set out all their days, whether it's Shahadat, new moon, etc., by that calendar. However, then you have some that follow by the moon. So what's right? Is this correct way of following or not?
No. In Islam, we cannot blindly follow a calendar because the Islamic months start when the moon is authentically cited with full evidence. No one can expect beginning of the year, the whole month, when the month will start. So always they should write that the beginning of every lunar month depends on the proper sighting of the moon. That is must. And no one can take the calendar blindly. Yes, please.
Okay, thank you very much indeed, Syed. So the question here, Salam Maulana, after the end of the fast, by mistake, I have started eating without doing the niyyah that I am breaking the fast. Like, for example, Allahumma laka sumtu, etc. Is my fast considered invalid? This fast was kept on 13th of Rajab.
No, it is valid. Valid. Breaking the fast does not need you to say anything. When you know that the time of Maghrib has come, that is enough. And you took in your hand any food, say dates or whatever, sweet, that is enough. That is a niyat. Niyat is intention. Intention is in the heart. It does not need you to say. It does not need you to say anything. So your fast is valid and your intention is there. And after all, breaking the fast does not need any specific intention to be declared or to be announced or said. No. Some people also, let me give you an example. Some people, they say, please, I want istikhara. And when you see istikhara, he said, I didn't do the niyat. We tell them, when you said, I want istikhara, means you want to see istikhara for a matter in your heart. That is the niyat, enough. No need for you to say something or to remember something. No. When you say, I want istikhara, that's the niyat, finished. And when you see istikhara, give me the result. No need to tell me, I didn't say the niyat. You don't need to say the niyat. Yes, please.
Thank you very much indeed for the clarification. Sayyidina, we know that the Quran al-Kareem has many inner and outer meanings. Some have said there's got 72 batin and zahir meanings, etc., etc. Maybe we find this in the ahadith. Question is, truly, we will never understand or know the Quran how it should be known. If it has this many meanings and inner meanings, outer meanings, then surely we will never come close to knowing what the Quran is about.
No, it is not like that. Quran is the everlasting miracle in every direction of it. From every direction you take Quran, it is miracle. The meaning of it are miraculous. And Quran is having outer meaning, which is called tafsir, and inner meaning, which is called ta'wil. The outer meaning is the tafsir, which usually people translate from Arabic to other languages. You have got now English translation, Urdu translation, other language translation. That is the translation of the outer meaning. But the inner, we have got that إِنَّ لِلْقُرْآنِ ظَهْرًا وَبَطْنًا. Quran has got outer and inner. And the inner has got 7 layers. 7 layers of inner. And that inner is not for the public. It is for those who are advanced in their knowledge. And the maximum knowledge is the Prophet and the Imams, who know the full meanings, outer and inner, of every verse. So what we are responsible to know is the outer meaning and implement on it. And from the miracles of Quran, that the outer and the inner are going together, one with the other, simultaneously, parallelly, without any contradiction at all. The outer meaning and the inner meanings, inner 7 meanings, all of them are parallel to one another without any contradiction between them. So we are responsible to understand the outer, the tafsir, and implement it.
Thank you very much indeed, Sayyidina. Sayyidina, is it permissible to work as a dishwasher in a restaurant that serves non-halal meat, that serves alcohol, and all those dirty dishes and glasses that come through into the kitchen? And as a dishwasher, you are actually working to clean and to those particular utensils, etc. Is this permissible?
Morally, the Muslim should not help any sinful business. This business of serving alcohol is a dirty business in Islam. It is unlawful and sinful business serving alcohol, because alcohol in Islam is an evil. In Quran, Allah says that فَإِنَّهُ رِجْسٌ. Alcohol is sinful. So morally, the Muslim should not do any job which helps a sinful business. Yes, please.
Thank you very much indeed, Sayyidina. Sayyidina, what are the ways or methods of obtaining knowledge? Is it through reading and listening? Are these the only 2 senses about reading and listening? Are the only 2 ways to obtain knowledge?
No, no. The real knowledge does not come from reading and listening only. No. The hadith says, وَاعْلَمْ أَنَّ الْعِلْمَ لَيْسَ بِكَثْرَةِ التَّعَلُّمِ وَإِنَّمَا هُوَ نُورٌ يَقْذِفُهُ اللَّهُ فِي قَلْبِ مَنْ يَشَاءُ. Beware. Knowledge or gaining knowledge is not by more learning, but it is a light. Allah throws it in the heart of the sincere people. So we need to read and listen and learn with dedication in the heart. The aim of reading and the aim of listening and the aim of learning should be always to be humble servant of Allah. Those who keep their hearts humble and want to gain knowledge, to be more obedient servants of Allah and to serve the truth for the sake of Allah, Allah grants them the real knowledge. And those who read and listen and go to the universities and read encyclopedias and spend hours and hours for getting a status or name or certificate or money or post or any reason away from Allah, they don't get the real knowledge. So the knowledge comes through effort of reading and listening and learning and sincerity from the heart, outer by the hard work of learning, and inner by the hard work of dedicating the heart for the sake of Allah. These outer and inner together will lead to real knowledge, inshallah.
Inshallah. Thank you very much indeed, Sayyidina. Sayyidina, if you are in a Jama'at prayer and the Imam of Jama'at is unable to continue for whatever reason, so the Jama'at is happening, during the Jama'at, something happens, the Imam is unable to continue. What is the responsibilities of those praying behind the Imam at Jama'at? What do they do? And how do they continue this?
Anyone from the first row, anyone from them should go ahead and complete the Jama'at namaz.
Okay.
If the Imam, for example, fainted, Jama'at should not break. Anyone from them who has got the capability, the conditions of leading Jama'at namaz, means his qira'at is proper and he is pious, he does not commit sinful acts deliberately. So, adil, he should go ahead and become the Imam of Jama'at and continues from where the previous Imam stopped and the Jama'at is married.
So he needs to step forward. He cannot continue the same. Okay. Just to show that the Jama'at
he needs to step forward to be the Imam of Jama'at.
Fine. Thank you very much indeed, Sayyidina. Sayyidina, what are the rules of giving and receiving gifts? And how often should one, for example, give gifts? What are the rules regarding giving and receiving?
In Islam, we have got emphasis on giving gifts to others, especially to your parents, your relatives, then your friends, and your brothers in faith, and to any person who is in need, your neighbors. Giving gift is highly recommended. The hadith says, Tahadaw tahabbu, means give gifts, you will be loved by people. When you receive a gift, you will love the person who gifted to you. When you gift something to someone, he will love you in his heart. So giving gift is one of the practices which make people love one another. So it is highly recommended to give gifts. No limitation. Of course, we cannot say that the person should give everything to others. No, with a reasonable calculation, whatever he can afford. But simply, it is very good to give gifts to others and also to accept gifts from others. Yes,
thank you very much. Thank you very much indeed, Sayyidina. Sayyidina, is my stepmother or my stepfather mahram to me?
Your stepmother, who is wife of your father, your stepmother, who is wife of your father, is like your mother. Yes, she is mahram to you. And a female whose mother is married to someone else, not her father. A female who has got a stepfather. The stepfather is also like your father. He is mahram to you. Means no hijab on the female from the person who is married to her mother. And no hijab when your stepmother is in front of you because she is married to your father.
Thank you very much indeed, Sayyidina. Sayyidina, are supplications that are recited in a sajda more superior to those that are said in other positions? for example, standing, in raku, in walking, in lying down. What's the significance of the supplications in sajda?
The situation of sajda is the most important situation which our body can have. In the hadith, that the most closer the human being is to Allah when he is in sajda.
Subhanallah.
And when he is in sajda, he is the farthest from shaitan. Most close to Allah and most far from shaitan. No doubt, reciting Quran when you are in sajda has got great importance. When you are in sajda, supplicating to Allah has got great importance. We have got that when you recite Ayatul Kursi while you are in sajda, you will get great reward. When you say Ya Allah, Ya Allah, Ya Allah, repeat any dua in the sajda, great reward. So there is no doubt that the situation of sajda makes the supplication more effective and makes the reward greater and greater.
And say that, do we find that in the life of Imam Sajjad alayhi salam, where he used to perform sajda on every ni'mah, he used to thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on every occasion, and he used to perform sajda?
All the Imams and all the prophets, you know, we have got about the Battle of Badr. We spoke about Badr in the beginning of this episode. And we have got a narration from Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam. During the Battle of Badr, when the battle was going on and people are fighting and many of them are being killed or injured, Amir al-Mu'mineen said, I entered the tent, khayma, the tent of the Prophet, peace be upon him and his holy progeny. I saw him in sajda, and he was saying in sajda, Ya Hayyu Ya Qayyum. You know, Ya Hayyu Ya Qayyum is recommended to be repeated on Wednesday, every Wednesday, 100 times. You know, we have got every day recitation to be repeated 100 times. Like Tuesday, we say Ya Arhamar Rahimeen. Wednesday, we say Ya Hayyu Ya Qayyum. The narration say that the Prophet was in sajda saying Ya Hayyu Ya Qayyum, Ya Hayyu Ya Qayyum, Ya Hayyu Ya Qayyum, repeating it. Imam Ali says that I went to the battle and I fought, and after some time I came back to the Prophet's tent. I saw him still in sajda, repeating Ya Hayyu Ya Qayyum, which means that the Prophet also used to have long sajda with supplication, with dua. And all the Imams, we have got that one of the companions of Imam Raza alayhi salam, who accompanied him from Medina to Khurasan, he said, I was with him. He used to pray morning prayers, Fajr, Namaz Fajr. And then after Namaz Fajr, he used to go to a sajda and keep dua and remembering Allah in the sajda till sun rises. One sajda. We have got from Imam Musa al-Kazim alayhi salam, Musa al-Kazim alayhi salam, when he was in the jail, he used to do sajda from morning till the azan of Zuhr. So long sajda is a practice of the prophets and the infallible Imams, and their students and followers and servants try to do that as much as they can.
Subhanallah. Thank you very much. Indeed, so that we have a caller with us. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Naveed bhaiyan ijaz Hussain Karbala कर रहा हूं. Qibla साहब की खिदमत में बहुत-बहुत अस्सलाम वालेकुम व रहमतुल्लाहि व बरकातहू.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Janab, farmaye.
MashaAllah, there is two questions today. In first question is Surah Anbiya, Ayah fi Hadaya 105. And the God says, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, وَلَقَدْ كَتَبْنَا فِي الزَّبُورِ مِنْ بَعْدِ الذِّكْرِ أَنَّ الْأَرْضَ يَرِثُهَا عِبَادِي الصَّالِحُونَ. And there is no doubt we have written in the Zabur that on the end there will be my people on the earth, they will be waris. And please tell us who will be waris on the end of the on the waris. And the second question is the Maher Ramzan is passing by.
Okay.
And Maher Ramzan is passing by, and the Maher Ramzan Roza, Maher Rajab is passing by, and Roza is a mustahab. And if somebody have a Roza and someone will ask for the Aftar, can he do the Aftar or not? This is question. MashaAllah. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajil faraj.
Thank you very much indeed, brother. Thank you. Syed now.
The first question is clear, but the second is not clear. Let me reply the first question first.
Yeah.
The first question regarding the verse وَلَقَدْ كَتَبْنَا فِي الزَّبُورِ مِنْ بَعْدِ الذِّكْرِ أَنَّ الْأَرْضَ يَرِثُهَا عِبَادِيَ الصَّالِحُونَ. Allah says, we have written in Zabur after the dhikr, which is the revelation from Allah, that the whole earth will be inherited by my pious servants, Allah's pious servants, who are the infallibles. And it is in the matter, the fact of Imam Al-Mahdi, Ajjalallahu Ta'ala Farajahu Al-Sharif. It is in Sunni books and Shia books, even in Sunni books, that this verse refers to the Imam Al-Mahdi, who will inherit the whole earth and establish the government of justice and peace all over the globe, inshallah. The second question is not clear. What is the second question?
I think you've answered the second question. Second question of the brother was, if you are fasting mustahab fast during the month of Rajab, and if someone invites you for iftar, so can you?
I replied it. I replied that any mustahab recommended fast, if a mu'min invites you, then it is recommended for you to accept the invitation of the mu'min.
Thank you very much. Next question. Assalamu alaikum. A sister has been fasting qaza for many years. Now, can she make the niyyah if her qaza has been completed, then the reward to go for qaza of her mother? That is 2 niyyahs at the same time.
2 niyyah at the same time. You see, she can make a niyyah intention of whatever is on her. If any wajib qaza is still on her, it will be qaza. If she fasts when there's no wajib qaza on her, she can gift the reward to her mother. She can gift the reward to her mother. Yes, please.
Thank you very much, Inzi. Said, now, there is a hadith in Sahih al-Bukhari where it says that Aisha said that a Jewish came to her and mentioned the punishment in the grave, saying to her, may Allah protect you from the punishment of the grave. Aisha then asked Allah's Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam about the punishment of the grave. He said, yes, there is punishment in the grave. Aisha added, after that I never saw Allah's Prophet but seeking refuge with Allah from the punishment in the grave in every prayer he prayed. And question is, please can you explain this hadith? Do we accept this hadith which is mentioned in Sahih al-Bukhari?
We don't take it from the Bukhari book, with due respect to Bukhari, but we take the authentic hadith from Ahlul Bayt, who lived with the Prophet and who have the maximum knowledge about the Prophet and his hadith and tafsir and everything in Islam, and who are the most pious. We have got hadith, not one, many, that yes, there is punishment in the qabr, no doubt. No doubt there is punishment in the qabr. And not hadith only, we have got Quranic verse. Quranic verses confirm that there is the qabr of every human being is either garden of paradise, if he's a believer, or a dig of hellfire. So, قبر المؤمن روضة من رياض الجنة. The grave of the mu'min is part of paradise. وقبر الكافر حفرة من حفر النيران. And the grave of the disbeliever is a ditch in the hellfire. In Quran, Allah says, النار يعرضون عليها غدوا وعشيا. Allah mentions about the punishment of Fir'aun and his supporters. Allah says the fire is exposed to them, and they are exposed to fire every morning and evening. ويوم القيامة أدخلوا آل فرعون أشد العذاب. Before Qiyamah means in the grave, they are exposed to hellfire morning and evening, and in the day of judgment they will be ordered to hellfire completely, which means that the grave of the kafir has got punishment, but not as the punishment of the hellfire, which was continuous punishment. We have got enough evidence that there is in the barzakh, means from death till qiyamah, there is reward and happiness for the believer and punishment for the disbeliever. May Allah protect all of us from every punishment and from every sin which can cause punishment after death.
Sure. Thank you very much indeed. Sayyidina, assalamu alaikum. Is it a sin
Wa alaikum assalam.
to not believe in the pandemic and disregard wearing masks and mock others who are worried about the corona and wear masks? Pandemic is from Allah, so denying corona is like denying Allah. Is that correct?
No, it is not like that. I mean, denying pandemic does not mean denying Allah. No, it is misunderstanding. I mean, some people, they have got their own way of thinking. They think that it is conspiracy, it has been pre-planned, it has been pre-made by some powers, some superpowers. That is their own opinion, because a lot of people believe in the conspiracy theory. We don't say that there is no pandemic. Already millions of people got it. Already hundreds of thousands of people passed away. So it cannot be denied. Now the question whether it came as a sudden or it was being pre-planned, that is a matter of discussion between some people. Practically, there is a pandemic. No one can say those who died did not die. No one say that those who got the infection, the virus, did not get the virus. No, they did get the virus of corona, COVID-19. The matter what we should do. We don't encourage anyone who says, I don't wear mask. No, it is not right. Because there is a possibility that not wearing mask can cause damage to life or health or safety of anyone. And that is enough reason to make us wear a mask and be careful and follow the instructions. So the Muslim should not exaggerate and say that I don't care, I don't wear mask. No, if you don't believe in it, we don't force you to believe in it, but you are not entitled and you have no right to expose people to a possible, I don't say definite, possible harm. By not wearing mask, you are exposing others to a possible, the possibility can be 50%, can be even 1%. So when there is a possibility, then everyone should avoid exposing others to any type of harm.
Thank you very much. He said, now, question, if your parents ask you to break relationship with a believer because she doesn't like them, can you listen to her order?
No. No, Allah does not like breaking relationship with relatives at all, even with believers in general. The parents are respected, but to break relationship with a person who is pious is not good and not accepted. If the parents tell you don't talk to Mr. or Mrs. so-and-so because they are disobeying God and they might make you also disobey God, that is something which can be considered. But if the parents ask you to break relationship with someone who is pious, no, that is not acceptable at all.
Thank you very much for the clarification. Sayyidina, next question. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
Does keeping animals in a zoo as a business and amusement for humans go against Islamic principles? And is visiting the zoo wrong?
No, it is not haram to keep animals for the amusement of the people, as far as you look after the animals and don't do wrong to the animals. Feed the animals, give them water, look after their health. It is not haram, not sinful to keep animals in zoo for the reason or for the sake of making people come and see and enjoy. That is not haram. Haram is to do wrong to the animal. Yes, please.
Thank you very much indeed. Sayyidina, is there a Shia book on dream interpretations?
We have got many books in this matter of dream interpretation, many books. We have got many books and many narrations. Yeah, many books and many narrations. But we say that we have to be careful in dealing with many of the narrations, not to take them for granted. We have to refer to authentic and pious scholars who know what is right and what is wrong.
Thank you very much indeed, Sayyidina. Assalamu alaikum. I have heard that men in our society often quoting Islamic saying that women have the half the brain of men. Is this Islamic quote also an authentic hadith?
No.
Can you please answer whether this is true?
No, we don't have this. We don't have such narration. We do not have a narration suggesting that the women have half of the brain of men. There are women who are better than millions of men. Fatima al-Zahra alayhi salam is better than billions of men. Janab Zainab alayhi salam is better than billions of men. And we have got men like Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alayhi, who is the best of all human beings. So it is not matter of male or female. It is matter of piousness and obeying Allah and being humble servant of Allah. That is the main factor to make the person better than others. Allah says, Inna akramakum indallahi atqakum. The most honored out of you in front of Allah is the more pious. So women or men, both of them are servants of Allah, created by Allah, equal in front of Allah. No doubt, in the life management, there are specific functions for women man cannot handle. And there are specific functions for man which women cannot handle. So the difference in the function does not mean discrimination in the human value and in the religious value. Women, pious women, is better than millions of men, and pious man is better than millions of men and women. It is the matter is only and only piousness. Yes, please.
Thank you very much indeed, Syed. Now, hopefully one final question for this evening. Syed, Assalamu alaikum. I had a dream last night where I saw a classmate of mine who was very stressed out about her university project. She was asking for help from another bright student but was constantly let down. She was discussing the issue of not being helped with me. Now, the odd part is that my classmate died in the third year of our university. She did not graduate. I am thinking if my dream was just random, or was she actually asking for help like dua or sadaqah for her?
Maybe asking for dua or sadaqah or any charity to be done on her behalf. Yes, if you saw in the dream a person whom you know asking for help, then try to help them by doing good and gifting it to them, or seeking maghfirat, istighfar, or anything good to be gifted to them.
Thank you very much. They said that we have run out of time. If you can kindly finish off with a last few words for this evening.
A person came to Imam Ja'far al-Sadiq alayhi salam in the month of Rajab. Most of the month of Rajab has passed, and he came and asked the Imam. And in fact, Imam asked him, did you fast in the month of Rajab? He said, no. Imam told him, you have missed great chance of reward. Fast now. Whatever remaining days of the month of Rajab, fast to get the great reward of fasting in the Rajab month. Let us remind ourselves and our brothers and sisters to fast during the month of Rajab. If you have qaza fast, you will have great reward for qaza and Rajab. If you have no qaza fast, then fast in the intention of recommended, you will get also a great reward for fasting in the month of Rajab. Alhamdulillah. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajil